Hi everyone, let's try to solve another problem on isometrical projections. We have the question like this. A square prism, base side 40 mm and height 50 mm is placed centrally on a cylindrical slab of diameter 100 mm and thickness 30 mm. Draw the isometric projection of the combination. Here they have given the front view. Sometimes they may not be giving the front and the top view. So here in this question we have two things. The first one is a square prism having the side 40 mm and height 50 mm, whereas the second one is a cylindrical slab of diameter 100 mm and its thickness is 30 mm. First, we have to draw the cylindrical slab of 100 mm diameter and thickness 30. So let's start with the software. We'll take the line as normal. Cylindrical slab is of 100 mm, so we'll draw isometrical square of 100, 100, enter 30, again 100, enter angle as 150, 100 minus 150, 100 minus 30. So once we have this square, we'll divide it from the end to end, same as that we did in the previous problems. So from here to the opposite side center, and from here to the opposite side center. Similarly from this point to the opposite side center. Once we have this, so we have to draw the cylinder of circular dimension 100 mm. So we'll use the arc by 3 points from end to end. So make sure you change the line to visible. Don't forget to change the line as visible. Connect it out here from this point to this point. We'll connect it here. And similarly, from the end of this particular arc to the end of this particular arc, we place it here. Now we have the thickness of this slab as 30 mm. So I'll give the thickness of the slab from this particular direction, from this point 30 mm. I'll place it out here. So let's cross verify with the question. If you have the thickness, yeah, it's having the thickness of 30 mm. So now I have given the thickness. Before I could give that thickness, okay, fine. Now let's select this entire thing. I will deselect this particular line and then create a copy of it out here. I'll place it out here, and then I'm going to use the move command. I'll click the end of this particular point and place it on top of this line that we have drawn first, so that we have a thickness of 30 mm. So now we have to connect the end of this particular cylinders from this particular point to the end of this particular as a visible line, not as a normal line. From the end of this point to this particular line, we have to trim a lot of visible lines now. So we'll zoom it and we'll trim this particular lines. So we'll delete here, and then we'll use the select command so that it deletes in a stretch. So we need not bother of zooming it again and deleting this particular lines. So we'll fit it. So now I will delete the construction lines so that it is easy for you to understand. I'll delete all the construction lines. And just keep the center line so that it's easy for me to place the cube on top of it. So let's delete all the construction lines. So I had to delete this. So I have done the undo option. So make sure you delete it properly. From here also I have to delete, and from this particular point so I have to delete. So once I have done this, so we need to actually draw an arc from here till here. So you can draw it from this particular point also, arc by 3 points. Take it from here, end of this line to the end of this line, and tangent to any one of the line. This actually completes the cylindrical slab. Now I have deleted the lines, so don't worry if you have lost your lines. Connect from the end of this arc to the end of this arc, and it will give you the particular cylindrical slab. Now I will place it out here, and we have the question. We have a square slab of dimension 40 into 50. Height is 50 and 40 mm dimension. So we'll use the visible lines and we'll draw the slab here. Sorry, the prism here. 40 mm, 30 degree as the angle, 40, and we'll give the height as we'll give it as the angle 150 itself. Then will 40 angle minus 150, 40 and minus 30. So once we have this, we'll project the line downwards for a dimension of 50 mm. So actually it overlaps out here, so we'll move this particular figure bit upwards so that it's easy for us, and from here we'll move it downwards 50, and similarly from here we'll move 50 mm downwards. And then, so make sure you draw the line straight, sometimes it happens. So 50, enter, connect the ends of the lines which have projected down. Now to find the center of this particular point, I will mark another line, so I will trim this particular area and this particular, so that this will give you the center point. Now select this particular entire prism and place it on top of this particular line, from the end of this to end of this particular line. Now delete this particular line, this particular lines, and use the extend to next command under trim, so that we'll have the lines visible. Now again use the trim command and trim the lines that are not necessary. So here this actually completes the problem. So if you want, you can trim this particular construction lines so that it is more easy for us to understand how actually the problem is. So here, from here till here. So if you want, you can delete this also, not an issue. So fit it and Control A to select, and then scale it down. Scale it down to 0.8164 and hit enter, and place it anywhere you want, and this finishes the problem.